Hello everybody, this is Kevin speaking, and today we will learn the sliding door wardrobe design. And after we open the program, and the second option is for sliding door wardrobes. And from here we can see we have four options. First we learn the first option, the some standard sliding door frame. Suppose we just choose the second one and just drag inside to the room ABK. And now we can see the slide door frame is go inside the room, and we double click to select this frame, and in the right side the property by windows we can find the informations about this frame. First we set in the height, the width, the total width suppose we make to be 2.4 meter, the total width and the depth and height we set in the size. And the next this part is for the top install panel and the bottom install panel. For example, this one, as we know, for the slider wardrobe, this piece panel we call the bottom install panel, and for this panel we call the top install panel. For the top install panel, we fixed the top track, and the bottom install panel is fixed with the bottom track. So from here we can see the information of these two install panels. The first one is for the bottom install panels. And this one, 110, this is the depth of these panels. Here we have three options, 90, 100, and 110 mm. Only three options. And this size cannot change it. And usually we suggest our designers just choose the last one, 110 is enough. And next, this is the top install panel. First option is the without top install panel. And this is suitable for those, there's another independent cabinet on the top of this sliding door wardrobe. For example, we add another top cabinet on the sliding door wardrobe. For example, first we set in the height, change the height to be 3.5 meter, and then we add another independent top cabinet. From here, this is the top cabinet, and the first one, and change the depth 600. And the width to be 2.4 meter. Okay, for this design, the bottom part, this is independent sliding door wardrobe, and the top part, this another top cabinet. These two cabinets is independent. So in this case, usually for the top install panel, we no need design top install panel. So from here, we just change the thickness, no top install panels. So that means that top tracks is fixed on the bottom panel of this cabinet, fixed here. If we add the top install panel, for example, we change the top install panel to be 8 mm, and then the software will remind us. This process only means if we have independent top cabinet on the slider wardrobes, then we do not need this top install panel. So that's why we suggest we need to change the thickness of the top install panels. Then this process warming is gone. Okay, next we delete this top panel. Okay, next we delete this top cabinet, and for this slider wardrobe, we still add in the top install panels. Next, we will learn how can we change the inside structure of this sliding door wardrobe. And in the right side, we can see this is the numbers of the cabinet columns, which means how many columns we need design for this sliding wardrobes. And we have several options: 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose we choose 3 pieces. That means we have 3 columns. Now we can see the 3 columns come out. Next, for each columns, we can just double click to select the columns, and for this part is the information of the side panels. For example, for these columns, the left side panel, the thickness is 0, which means is without the left panels. So we can select 18 or 25 or some other thickness. Okay, so now we can see the side panel is come out. For this part, it's similar. The left side panel, we also can change the thickness from 0 to 18. Okay, next, if our designers want to change the width of these columns, we just double click the frame. So from here is the information of the size of these columns. Here is the net width of each column. The first one is the left size. The mid one is for the second one is for the mid size, and the last one is for this part. Here the default options is all the size. The net width is the same size. If you want to change the size to be customized, then we can just input. For example, the left one we make to be 500, and the second one make the 900. Then we can see the size will change it automatically. Okay, next, if we want to change the inside structure of each colors, then we just double click these colors and right click, add the functional component, and the shortcut key is K. And here we can see this is all the inside structure library. For this part, we already learned very detailed before. So for example, we can add some shelf, some drawers, some lattice, or some other accessories. For example, we can add some shelf, and for some other back panels and accessories, hanging rod, and also some basket, and also some functional part for some special structures for this unit. This is the same with our normal cabinet. Here we do not have very detailed introduction of this part. So you just remember, if you want to change the inside structure, double click to select this cabinet, and right click, and then add the functional component. The shortcut key is K, and then you can see this is all the inside structure library. You just front out the one you want, and then drag inside of this unit will be K. And also for this unit, we can just right click to replace to some other types of this cabinet. Replace, and here we can see this some other types. The first one is for standard unit. This is the same with this cabinet, and also this is a lower cabinet, which means this is the shallow cabinet. The depth is different. Then okay, we just try this part, and here we can see the depth become shallow, and from here we can set in the depth of this cabinet. And also we have another options, which means is for the washer unit. That means sometimes if in the middle part for these corners, we don't need to design any cabinet, so we just replace to the washer unit will become. That is. Now we can see the color of this unit is changed to be transparent color, which means the factory will not produce this unit. So this part is only for reference. Okay, now we change it back. We change to be the normal unit. And also, we change the thickness of the panels. Okay. And also for the top install panel and the bottom install panel, we also can replace. For example, if the width of this cabinet is over the 2.4 meter, suppose 3 meters. And we make these 4 columns. Now we can see for the bottom install panel, the size is over the 2.4 meters, so this size must cut to be 2 pieces, because as we know the maximum size of the panels is 2.4 meter. So this will divide by 2 pieces. And the division position is in the middle, and we also can customize these positions. Just left click these panels and right click, replace. Here we can see there's some other options of this bottom install panels. The first one is the normal one, and the second one is we can customize the position of these joint positions. Okay, from here, this is the size for the left part. We can change to be suppose 600 mm. So this part is 600, so this part is 2.4 meter. So we can customize the joint positions of this bottom install panels. and also can replace some other types. The next option is for this box. This panel, this box, and the height is different. Can be customized the height. And here, from here, we just double click, and here we can set in the height. Suppose we make to be 500. Can change the height. Okay, for this kind of design is suitable for some case. Suppose here there's another cabinet. Suppose there's another tatami in this area. For example, I'll show you. Here is the tatami. This one, suppose, and we change the size. Suppose the width to be 3 meters. We go inside. Maximum 2.4 meter. We make this wardrobe to be 2.4 meter. 2400. Okay, here there's a slider wardrobe. Here there's another tatami, so we can make it full use of this space, of this bottom space. Okay, now we change it back for this bottom install panels. We replace to the normal bottom panels, the first one. Okay, next, after we add the frame and add the inside structure and change the inside structure, we can add the sliding door. For the sliding door, we need double click to select this frame. Cannot select this inside cabinet. Should double click the frame and right click. From here is generative tricks. This means add the sliding door panels. Next, from here, this is all the options for our sliding door. First, we should select the frame, aluminum frame type. Several types of the frame. Suppose we choose the first one, which is 1L9A0. And in the right side, this is all the layout. All the layout based on this frame can be the whole part or 2 part or 3 part, some other layout. Suppose here we choose the second layout and then OK. Okay, now we can see this sliding door is come out, and the quantity is 3 pieces. The quantity of sliding door is based on the size of this sliding wardrobe to automatically choose the quantity. But if our designers want to change the quantity of this sliding door, it's also okay. In this case, we should double click in this frame position. Do not from here in this frame positions. Double click. Then we can select all this sliding door. And from here, this is all the information of the sliding door. The first one, from here, we can change the quantity, 2 piece, 3 piece, or 4 piece. Suppose we choose 4 piece. Then the door quantity is changed. But from here, we can see there's some errors. This is because the width of the sliding door should from 335 to 1100 mm. This size is only, the width is only 330. This is too narrow, so this 4 piece is not available for this size. So we must change back to be 3 pieces. And this one, this is the positions of the first door, can be outside or inside. So actually the position of the sliding door, the first sliding door, we can be changed in the job site. So this is not very important. So here we can see the left door, the position is changed from outside to inside. Here we change outside. Okay, next from here, this is the informations of the tracks, the top track and the bottom track. Usually the track is double track. But sometimes if you want to make the single track, it's also okay. The first one means the single track. The second one means the double track. And the last one is for the informations of the sliding wheel, grade A or grade AA. Actually, we just follow the default options will be okay. No need to change the informations of this sliding wheel. Next, if you want to change the layout of this sliding door, we just double click and then right click. From here we can change some other layout of this sliding door. For example, we want to make it to be the whole part, then okay. Next, for this piece door, if you want also change to be whole part, the same options. But if you want to change at the same time, so you just double click these door panels and in the right click. Here, style all the same, then all the door style will be changed at the same time. Okay, then we change back to be the replace two piece. Okay, and all the door style is the same layout. So from here we should know how to change the layout of the door. Next, sometimes if our designers want to change the size of this insert materials, because the default size, the top and bottom is the same size, equal size. If you want to change the size, just double click these door panels, and from here, this is the layout information of this slide door. The first option is the equal size, the top and the bottom is the same size, and the second option means the bottom part, the size can be changed. So after we change this layout, in the bottom part, just left click, and then from here we can just input the size, suppose to be 600. Then will be changed. Next, we will learn how can we change the colors of this aluminum frame. So we just double click, select these door panels, or from in this frame area, double click to select the whole door panels. This is the same. For example, here we just choose the first door, double click, and then right click. From here, the material. This material means the colors of the aluminum frame. So select. So here is all the options of this aluminum frame. Here we choose the second one. Now we can see, okay. Now we can see all the door panel, the aluminum frame color is changes. The frame color is changed, and also the track, the top track and the bottom track, the color is also changed automatically. And sometimes if you want to change the color of the top and the bottom track, then we should in this frame positions double click and then right click. Right click from here, this means we change the material of the tracks. We change the colors of the tracks. This is all the available colors of the top and bottom track. We choose the first one, we make it the double slot, can select these colors. For these two options, we cannot change it. We cannot select this because it already marked us the tracks cannot select these colors. So that means we only can select the first one, and then suppose these colors, and then okay. So now we can see the top and the bottom track, the colors is different with the aluminum frame colors. So from here we should know how can we change the colors of the top and the bottom tracks. But usually the colors of the tracks is the same with the door frame, with aluminum frame. Okay, next we will learn how can we change the insert materials. To change the insert material, this is similar with the hinged door. We only have two steps. So step one is select this insert material and right click to replace, to choose the right series we want. And from here we can see these are all the available insert material series for the sliding door. The first one is for common used door insert materials, can be HPL or lacquer and be the normal melamine. This is for the glass. The second one is for the PVC door, like the flat PVC or with some style PVC, and also can be laser, also can be lower core. This is for the PVC core for the plastic, and also can be acrylic, and also can be the color painting door coat. Suppose for this insert material I want to choose to be mirror. So we should choose the first series to be the glass door series. Then OK. So now the step 1 is finished. We already selected insert material to be the glass series. So next we go to step 2, which means we should choose the materials, choose which glass we want for these insert materials. So left click to select the insert material and right click. Here is the material. So now you can see these are all the available glasses for this insert material. These are all the available glasses. Here we choose the mirror is from here. Then OK, then the mirror is come out. Okay, suppose this one we want to choose to be change to be PVC core, the louvre. So the same step 1, right click, replace to select the series, the louvre core, this one. Then step 2 means we need to change the colors of these louvers. Select and right click from here, the material. This is all the available finished colors for this plastic louvre. These are all the available colors. Suppose we choose this one, then finish. Okay, for some other door insert material, this is the same procedure, but we also can use the format brush to copy the materials. You can, for example, here we just left click and right click. Here is format brush. Left click to select, and right click to confirm. Then the material is changed. For this two, we want to copy this material. So right click, format brush, next left click to select, and the right click to confirm. Then will be changed. And we also can open the door. Remember, the shortcut key of open the door is T, and the close the door is U. And if you want to hide the door, it's Control plus P to hide the door, and the unhide is also Control plus P. Okay, this door is come out. Okay, this is the basic options. This is the basic operations of the standard slide door. Next, we try some other types of slide door. The standard slide door, we just choose the second one. Okay, the first one means the washer slide door frames. We just drag inside, and here we can see the colors of this frame is transparent colors, because this is the washer slide door frame. The factory will not produce this kind of frame. Is for sometimes if we just need the slide door, we no need this frame and no need the inside carcass. We just need the slide door. So we can use the washer slide door frame, and based on this frame to add to generating the tricks, and then add the tricks. Then the factory will only produce this slide door and will not produce the frame, and also not produce the inside carcass informations. Okay, this is for the washer slide door frames. Next is for the bring the cabinet door frame. We just drag inside. From here we can see for this frame is separate by two parts, the top and bottom part. So the height, the maximum height can be over the 2.4 meters. Suppose we make 2.5 meter, is also okay, no problem. And this is the width, the depth and height. And this one is the height of the lower part. Suppose the lower part will make 2.1 meter. Okay, so this part is changed. And also we can set in the columns of the top unit and the bottom unit. Suppose top unit is 3 pieces and the bottom unit 2 pieces. And then right click. Okay, it's changed. It's 1, 2, 3 pieces, and the bottom part is 2 columns. Also we can double click, select these columns and set in the side panel informations. and also right-click, add functional component to change the inside structure, add some shelf or some lattice, some drawer or some other structure inside. And we also can add the sliding door. For example, select the total frame and right-click, generated tricks. Here is all the available sliding door. So from here you can see, once we open the door, we can see this sliding door actually is already cover the top unit. Because for this sliding door wardrobe, we have the top unit and the bottom unit separate. But the sliding door will cover the top unit and the bottom unit both. Sometimes, if we want to make the top unit to be independent and the sliding door will not cover the top unit, then we should choose the normal sliding door frame, and here add another top cabinet separate. So in this case, these two cabinets is separate, and the sliding door will not cover the top unit. And for all the top unit, usually we can design some hinged door. Okay, next we check the next series. This part is only for the sliding door frame with carcass, without carcass. Okay, we just drag inside, and from here we can set the thickness. Only 3 options: 90, 100, or 110 mm. Okay, and based on this frame, we can add the sliding door. Then okay. So for this frame is suitable for when we just need the sliding door and also need the frame. We no need the inside carcass. Then we can choose this type of frame. So now we can make a summary. The first one, the working sliding door frame, is when we just need the sliding door. No need the frame and no need inside carcass. This is the normal standard sliding door. Means we need the sliding door, we need the frame, and we also need the inside carcass. These options means we only need the sliding door and need the frame, no need the carcass. Okay, this is the difference between these types of the frames. Next, for this tool is the picture is fair to load it, but it's okay. It is similar with this type of the frames. Next, we will introduce some other type of the sliding door. This one, just drag inside. From here, we can see the structure is different. This is a normal sliding door frame. This is special sliding door frame. And for the normal sliding door frame, we have the top and the bottom install panel to fix the track. But for this structure, without the bottom install panels, so the bottom tracks just fixed on the bottom panels, So this is the only one difference of this frame, of this structure. And if you want to change the inside structure of this slide door, we can just delete these side panels, delete back panels, and double click to select this frame, and right click, add the functional component. Here is all the available inside structure. We can just choose the panels and choose the structure we want, and then drag inside WebK. For example, here is the middle panels, and also add some shelf, add some back panels, drawers, lattice, like that. Next, if we want to add the sliding door, just select the frame and right click, generating tricks. Here is all the sliding door is come out. So from here we can see the main difference between the normal sliding door frame and the special structure is the bottom panel is different. Okay, next we learn the second series, means the cutting sliding door frame, which means we cutting the frame. For example, the first one, From the frame, we can see in the back and the bottom part, we cut these positions, cut this size, and we can double click. And from here, from the right side, we can setting the size of this cutting area. For example, this we change to be 300 and 200. So the depth is 300, the height is 200. And also we setting the inside structure. The number of columns we setting to be 2 pieces. And then right click and generate the inside cabinet. So now the inside it comes to 2 pieces and also have the like the L shape design. And for this cabinet, we also can set the side panel informations and also can replace to some other types. For example, we can try some other types. The first one is for standard. We try the first one, which means here this is standard unit. Because we already cut the corner space, so here we do not use the normal standard unit. The second option is for the shallow cabinet, which means the depth is different. And from here, we select this unit. And the right side, we can set in the depth of this unit, suppose 200. Then the depth is changed. So this is for the cutting sliding door frame. For some others, cutting sliding door frame is similar, just the cutting position is different. Some is cut in the back and bottom, some is cut in the back and the top. Here we just try by ourselves will be key. For example, we choose this one. This slide door frame is 2 separate units, which means it's already with the top unit. And also the cutting position is in the back and the right side. So we double click. From here, we can set in the cutting size. For example, 300 and 300. Okay, and then we set in the columns of the unit. The top part is top and bottom. We both set in 2 parts. Then right click and then generating the inside cabinet. Now we can see the inside cabinet is come out. But from here we can see this part is empty. This is because for this frame we already cut 300. So from here to this position is 300. So that means we must replace this unit and right click, replace. This is standard unit, just like this one. We should replace to this part, this one. Cut the right and the back size. Then okay. So now we can see this unit is cut corner. This cutting size is 300 by 300. The width is 300 and the depth is also 300. For the top unit, it's the same, the similar, also replace. Cutting the right and the back positions. So here you can see it's cutting, but the top unit we should setting the cutting size from here. For example, 300 by 300. Okay. And here these mistakes. The depth. We need to change the depth because for this unit the depth is 490. So for this one also should setting to be 490. Then it's okay. But for these sub panels, we also should extension in the back side. Extension back, extension up, back to be minus 300. Then the size will be changed. Okay, this for some cases when there is a pillar in this area, we should cut the L shape for this unit. Okay, for some other cutting in sliding door frame, we can just try by ourselves. And just remember the cutting position is different. And once we select this cutting sliding door frame and setting the cutting size, we should replace the unit to choose the right unit we want with BK. Okay, next we will learn the next options, means the frame of the corner sliding door, which means sometimes if we want to design the corner sliding door, we can just select from here. For example, we can just drag this unit inside. And then change the positions. Okay, but the problem is once we drag this cabinet inside the room, this error is come out. This error means this is the wrong description. This wrong description means right now for this software, for the corner slide door, for this function, it's not complete yet. It's not complete yet. So that means in the future, we suggest our designers for this corner space, for this corner unit. For this corner unit, we suggest to design just an open cabinet or design some hinged door. So for this part and this part, we can design the normal independent sliding door. Just for the normal cabinet, we design the open or hinged door. But sometimes, if the customer insists to make this kind of design, the customer want the slide door sliding inside this corner space. He wants the slide door sliding inside to this corner space. In that case, please contact the factory, and our designers, the head of designers, will help you to solve these issues. Next, for some other type of corner slide door is similar. So the next part is for the hanging slide door and the folding door. And because from our experience, for the hanging slide door and the folding door, this kind of design is not used too much. So here we do not have a very detailed introduction. And also because right now the function of this kind of cabinet is not totally complete yet. So in the future, if you want to make design this hanging slide door or 4D door, please contact our head office or contact with factory, and our designers will help you to solve these issues. Here we do not have very detailed introduction of this part. Okay, so much for this part. Thank you.